Yang Berhormat Saudara Rafizi Ramli, Minister of Economy, Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Huang Tiong Si, Deputy Minister of Natural Resources, Environment and Climate Change, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Haji Rosli Issa, Secretary General NRECC, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Muhammad Razif bin Haji Abdul Mubin, Deputy Secretary General for Energy, Environment and Climate Change, distinguished guests, respected panelists and members of industry. Alhamdulillah, we are gathered here today to be at the Town Hall on energy transition, and I would like to thank Yang Berhormat Rafizi Ramli for agreeing to grace this occasion. I would like to also extend my gratitude to the Energy Commission of Malaysia, the Sustainable Energy Development Authority of Malaysia, SEDA, as well as all parties involved in making this Energy Transition Town Hall 2023 a reality. Let me also extend my gratitude to all distinguished guests, our brilliant lineup of panelists here today, as well as online viewers who are taking time to join us this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, the Malaysia energy policy is essentially guided by the energy trilemma, as we are all aware. We need a secure, sustainable, and affordable energy supply, a comprehensive set of policies to promote the transition to a cleaner and more sustainable form of energy is now more than ever vital to mitigate the effects of climate change. It is also the government's aspirations to ensure that there is a good balance between the consumers' and industry's needs as we move towards sustainability, such as through the implementation of targeted subsidies that protects the B40 and the M40, creates wealth redistribution while also shifting the market to be more energy efficient. It was quite heartening that among the first decisions for the government as well as the NRECC was to announce the revised tariff in the ICPT cycle for January to June 2023, and we took the big decision of increasing the tariff for the high and medium voltage non-domestic users. This move is in line with Malaysia's aspirations to achieve net zero GHG emissions earliest by 2050, as announced last year. And moreover, a revised nationally determined contribution, NDC, has also been submitted to unconditionally reduce economy-wide carbon intensity against the GDP by 45% in 2030 compared to 2005 levels. As such, the local energy market must readily challenge orthodoxies and adopt technological change or advancement as the energy policy focuses on clean energy generation. At the same time, there is definitely a need for regulators and government bodies, especially the EC, Energy Commission, and SEDA, to create a suitable environment that supports the acceleration of energy transition. The objectives of reform under the Malaysian electricity supply industry MESI 2.0 are to increase the industry's efficiency, to future-proof the industry structure, regulations, and key processes, and to empower the consumer. To that end, TNB needs to quickly change its dynamics to be in line with this shift, as well as engage IPPs, which are now responsible for nearly half of conventional generation capacity. In line with these commitments, and in recognition of the energy sector's crucial role in reducing global emissions, the government has charted a lower carbon pathway by introducing various policy initiatives to transition the energy sector. One is to increase the nation's renewable energy capacity. The Malaysia Renewable Energy Roadmap, or MyRER, which was established in 2021 and outlines related strategies in accelerating RE deployment in Malaysia until 2035. Secondly, in recognition of the increased demand of green electricity among corporations with ESG commitments, the Green Electricity Tariff was introduced, which allows the public and companies to purchase green electricity while reducing their carbon footprints in electricity consumption. We talk of being net zero earliest by 2050, and it is understandable being a developing country. But we must also understand that we are a trading country and a manufacturing country where companies like Microsoft, Apple, and Samsung are talking about being net zero in 2030. I must also reiterate this government's commitment through the Jawatankuasa Perancangan dan Pelaksanaan Pembekalan Elektrik dan Tarif, JPET, to do away with unsolicited tenders for IPP that has left a legacy of high reserves as we look to maintain margins in the system that are kept at optimal level. The development of power generation projects will be in accordance with the power development plan that the government has formulated, and we intend to make this report publicly available. Ladies and gentlemen, the energy transition policies in place are aimed at reducing our reliance on fossil fuels, increasing energy efficiency, and promoting the use of renewable energy sources. These policies are crucial to ensuring a sustainable and secure energy supply for Malaysia, while also contributing to global efforts to mitigate climate change. With that, cohesive efforts from the energy industry as a whole is needed to drive the transition of the energy sector towards a lower carbon pathway and carbon neutrality. There is also an increase in interest to promote cross-border trade, hence the need to facilitate market-based competition throughout the value chain and for the industry to be prepared. Through interconnection, surplus capacity can potentially be exported to other countries in the future and vice versa. And I know that this is a very big and contentious topic, but I think that it has to be discussed so that we can really look at the potential of Malaysia being at the center of the ASEAN power grid. I believe that our panelists today will also be discussing this in the plenary sessions that we have set up. Lastly, I would like to extend my appreciation again to the Minister of Economy for his presence, and I think he's not just the Minister of Economy, but he's also an electrical engineer, so he will have better insights than a law grad in talking about this topic. I would also like to give recognition to all invaluable insights and knowledge shared by our line of panelists today. It is my sincerest hope that this town hall will be utilized in the best way possible to further aid discussion, inspire and spark new ideas to enhance our collaborative efforts in the nation's energy transition towards net zero GHG emissions by 2050. And I hope that we can do this as a common practice for NRECC, for energy, for our, management of natural resources, water and other sectors that we are managing on a regular interval so that we have an open policy at the ministry to listen to the industry and stakeholders of what needs to be done to move forward. With these wishes and words, I end my speech with Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.